I know I love Sayori. I do. I've enjoyed every moment I've been around her, even if she's a bit much to handle at times. But I can't, words. I can't help myself from feeling attracted to Yuri. Ever since last Sunday, I've felt myself wanting her more and more. And, well, recently I can definitely say I felt closer to her than ever before. It's clear she feels the same way, and even though I want to avoid her until I can figure out what to say to her, I did have some fun spending time around Monica today, even though I didn't expect Monica and I to end up flirting like that. But all things considered, I didn't think we'd be able to get along as well as we do now, considering how shy she was and everything. No matter what it is we're doing, whether it be reading, drinking tea, or just even talking, being in Yuri's presence alone is its own reward. Okay, now I was just making sure I didn't misread that previous line. Even though Yuri might think she might be boring me, I kind of like it when she goes on her little tangents. She always has something interesting and insightful to say about practically anything. In fact, I'm just surprised she doesn't find me boring, considering my taste in literature is rather non-existent. Hopefully, Yuri feels the same way about me as I do about her, and I think she does. She's become much more relaxed around me since when we first started talking, even if it did take some time to get used to each other. She's never really hesitated to talk to me once we got acquainted. I mean, I should have seen the signs that Yuri was into me. Yesterday, she escalated things all on her own, something I thought she'd never do. If we were alone, we might have actually gotten the chance to kiss. I know that this is all wrong. By thinking like this, I'm really risking betraying my relationship with Sayori. Only she should be able to kiss me. She was rightfully pissed at me yesterday for it. And if she ever found out that Yuri and I were in that position again, space before comma for some reason, especially when I promised for it to never happen again, Sayori would be heartbroken. God, why am I so bad at this? I throw my hands over my face. I love Sayori, but I'm pretty sure I've caught feelings for Yuri too. And what makes this complicated is that Yuri likes me back too. I'm in a literal love triangle, and I don't want to hurt any of them. I already know they both have serious problems, and I don't want to add on to anything. But if I do decide that I want to be with Yuri, I'd have to break up with Sayori. And that would be easier said than done. And I don't know if that's what I want to do. I have known her for 14 years, and I know she'd never do the same to me, and we're both still trying to make this work. But maybe she and I aren't really meant to be. I mean, lately I've been more interested in Yuri than Sayori, and although it's my fault completely for our relationship starting to deteriorate, I just don't have the same passion for her as I do for Yuri, especially with how last Sunday went, even if she was competing with Sayori for my attention. But can I really do that to Sayori? I roll over to face my bookshelves. On one of the shelves, I spot a picture of me and Sayori at the carnival. Man, that must have been at least 10 years ago. Do I really have it in me to tell her, that same girl who's now my girlfriend, that I want to dump her for another relationship that's not even guaranteed to work out, and risk possibly ending the club? I get out of my bed and walk over to pick up the picture frame. Upon a closer look, I see Sayori clutching a familiar giant-sized cow. I almost forgot about that's what I wanted for her. I always did tell Sayori that she deserved the best. But am I what she needs? Am I what she deserves? This is hopeless. I'm being pulled in all directions. Maybe a walk will help clear my head. I'd probably be able to think better that way, and maybe along the way I'll figure out who I feel the most strongly towards. I put the picture frame back, grab my keys, and walk out of my house. As soon as I step out of my house, I'm greeted by the nice, gentle breeze on my face. And somehow, we got Monica here! This is such a weird outcome, man. No, we're not going to walk with Monica. Get out of here! Just blah! Hopefully I don't have another horrific dream. I shut my eyes as I uneasily drift off to sleep.
Finally, some progress.
The same voice I've become accustomed to cheerfully echoes. I try to look around for the voice, but I can barely even see my hand in front of my face.
I won't lie, Hallie. For a while I thought you were going to be a lost cause. I suppose my persistent warnings finally steered you in the right direction. Oh well, better late than never. Now I have my foot in the door with you.
I try to call out to the voice to ask what it's even talking about, but my mouth refuses to open. I'm forced to simply listen.
We don't have much time to write our course, Hallie. You spent far too much time around Yuri. Thankfully, the situation is salvageable so long as you do exactly what I say. You need to get Yuri off your back. She's a nuisance to us. Tomorrow I want you to put her down. Tell her that you don't love her. I know that you're invested in her, but for the greater good, you need to push her away. As I've been saying, Hallie, she's not real, and she could never give you what you deserve. Only I can love you. Once you've done that, I'll hopefully have an answer for how we can deal with Sayori. I've been running some experiments about how I can best deal with her and the others, but I'll need your complete cooperation. If you don't follow through, everything will be ruined. We'll be condemned to a lifetime of suffering, living a lie day in and day out. Do you really want that for us, Hallie? And also run the risk that at some point the others figuring out this is all fake and them snapping. We don't have time, Hallie. This reality is fake, and we shouldn't continue to live like this. I wish we could have spent some more time today. We never get enough time together. And as much as I'm angry at you for hanging out with me after school today...
For not?
I understand you need some time to think things over. For now, focus on what you want to say to Yuri. once you follow through on that, I should have a pretty good idea of what we need to do next.
Oh, I'm gonna fall through on it.
I'm counting on you, Hallie. Don't mess this up. I believe in you. Best of luck tomorrow. I'll see you in paradise.
Well, that was a unique result I wasn't expecting to get this way, but it looks like we can't actually get, like, the Yuri date scene this way either, so I guess we're going to be doing another run besides. I've always wanted to get closer to Monica, but I just never really got around to it, and since she's asking me, it'd be foolish not to say yes to her. Don't you spend no time with that, Moni. Don't do it. No.
I don't want you two to wander off just right when we're about to start. Pardon me, Monica, but didn't you two disappear yesterday? That's a double standard, don't you think?
Ladies. Oh, wow. We only got that because we happened to pick Monica on that other day.
And since that Sunday, I've really enjoyed the opportunity to grow closer to you. I was worried that after the festival we would stop talking, but thankfully those fears never came to pass. You still came back to me, and I finally got to experience what I've been missing out on. To be completely honest, for quite some time now, I've been interested in you. You've always brought a smile to our faces. You've always been kind, and I always did find you to be attractive. Being able to finally spend time around you was so intoxicating. I was so worried that I'd screw up. I never wanted to scare you off or bore you. But as it turns out, I never did. You're always engaged and respectful of me. I actually decided to write some poems to explore my feelings towards you. It's pretty much evolved into something romantic, especially how we were on Tuesday. I was worried that I was being too forward at the time, but I sensed you had similar feelings as well. It was from there that I realized that I had serious feelings for you. I thought that we had the potential for us to be something serious. Though I didn't possess the courage at the time to tell you directly how I felt, I resolved to give you my confession letter instead. I assumed you read it, given how you've been acting around me lately. But now that you're here, I believe I finally have the courage to say what I've been meaning to tell you. Bye.
Love you too. I've been treating Sayori awfully. After she gave me her trust, at every opportunity I've crushed it. I've hardly spent any time around her, all because my feelings for those resurfaced. What's wrong with me? Blah. Okay, so we're not going to go all the way through with this. She knows that I've been hanging around Sayori a lot instead of Sayori, but even now, considering I just practically dumped Sayori without telling her, Monica probably thinks I'm the worst human being possible. Nobody's ever going to trust me. Monica clears her throat, ending my train of thought.
You need to sort out things with Yuri and Sayori. And we can talk about us when that's taken care of.
Okay. So, I think I can still have my cake and eat it too, though. Because, here's the thing. As long as we pick Natsuki for the weekend instead, we won't get locked out of Yuri's full route by picking Sayori at the start. It's not like we've really spent that much time together. It's so weird, man. It's so weird. The random things.
It's a miracle you haven't kept them for yourself this week.
Sure. Don't know what sparked that. Should I let Sayori come over? Actually, yeah. Let's see if it's actually any different. It's probably not. But just maybe. Uh-oh. We actually broke it! Syntax error. Invalid syntax. Game Encore script. Sayori exclusive scenes. RPY. Line 6085. Yeah, I don't know. Can we ignore it? Well, let us go?
I don't know how I'm supposed to believe in you back, Holly.
What did I say? I still love you. You've
done nothing but betray and hurt me all week. I honestly don't know how I'm supposed to deal with this.
I am really sorry, Sayori. I don't expect you to believe me, or give me a second chance, or even trust me ever again. But all I want is just a chance for me to fix everything. I still love you.
Do you love Yuri, Holly?
I just want to try to be her friend. I didn't think things through, and I shouldn't have said yes to her. I know I made the wrong decision, and I never wanted to hurt you or anyone. Alright, well, she handed me a paper? Or was that me handing her the paper? Yeah, that was me handing her the paper. Doodly-doo. Skipping on through. How you treated Monica was beyond inappropriate. Scolded. So who's gonna run off this time? Is it gonna be Sayori?
I mean, your dad slapped me. And you accused me of cutting myself.
I still don't remember that happened. We ended up with Monica on the roof. My god. Alright, this is what we're gonna call it. We don't have to close the program. We can just, go back to the main menu, I guess, and restart. Yeah, wow, that didn't go quite how I expected it at all, but, I guess I was kind of curious to see some extra bits. Oh, I've run overtime. You know what, I'm just gonna finish the freaking Mudden session. I don't even care. Extra long session. I already split it up before regardless. It's fine. It's whatever. We did accept Sayori's confession. It was Natsuki on the weekend, but we're going for Yuri's route, and we're going to finish it with that. I think this'll work. Probably. Still going to be the most reprehensible end to this mod. Alright, so yeah, now we just pick Yuri each time. Yuri is in her usual spot at the front of the room reading her book. I carefully approach Yuri, not wanting to startle her. Hey, Yuri. Yuri is immediately snapped out of her trance and turns her head to face me.
Oh, hello, Hallie.
Yuri seems surprised to see me.
Forgive me, but I really wasn't expecting you to come over here.
I hope I wasn't interrupting you at the good part.
No, you weren't. I actually just started a new chapter.
Oh, well, hey, that's cool.
Yeah, I guess it is.
I haven't really talked to Yuri like this before, so finding a non-literature subject to talk about is a bit challenging. Still, I need to come up with at least something. Well, hey, I just wanted to see how you've been since the festival. Yuri's eyes glisten.
You came to check up on me. That's very thoughtful of you, Hallie.
Yuri starts playing with her hair, as if she's trying, pardon me, to compose herself. I mean, yeah, it's been, yeah. It's been a while since the festival, and you knocked it out of the park with your performance last week. Yuri continues to blush even harder.
Oh, well, I'm glad you think I did well. It means a lot.
I guess Yuri has a hard time processing compliments. Well, better than how Natsuki handles most of my compliments anyway. I quickly try to change the subject to avoid someone seeing us like this. So, what book is that anyways? Isn't that the book you gave me? Yuri snaps out of her gaze and back into reality.
Oh yeah, it's called Portrait of Markov. It's one of my favorite reads so far.
Ah, I see.
Did you get the chance to read it yet?
I read the first chapter and sort of got lost with where the story was going midway through. Granted, it seemed pretty interesting at the time, and I wouldn't mind reading it again. I was able to get around to finishing the first chapter. I'll admit from what I've read, the story's a little confusing to me. Yuri chuckles to herself.
Well, you have to read the second chapter to understand things better.
Well,
we can read it together, if you want.
Yuri nervously looks off, as if she's unsure of her own suggestion. I like that, Yuri. Yuri's eyes widen.
You really mean that?
Of course, it seems like an interesting read. I see Yuri form another smile.
You are a really nice person after all, Hallie.
She flashes a gentle smile at me. Yuri may be a hard person to get a good read on sometimes, but I'm starting to think that maybe we can finally be friends. Well, I try. We stand there for a few minutes, gazing at each other. Suddenly I realize I don't have my book. Oh, I don't have the copy you gave me.
Well, if you want, we can use the same copy.
How exactly would that work, reading from the same copy?
You could sit next to me. If you want, I would understand if you don't want to.
Yuri becomes all flustered and is stumbling over her sentences. I try to calm her down. Hey, it's okay, really. If you're comfortable with that, then I don't really see an issue with us sharing.
All right.
I sit down next to Yuri. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice Sayori is staring stoically into space. That's not like Sayori. What's up with Sayori? Yuri turns to look at Sayori.
I'm not sure. Damn it, I haven't really seen her like that before. I can't imagine what could possibly be troubling her.
Yeah, I'll be right back, okay? Yuri smiles and nods approvingly at me.
I won't start without you, Hallie.
You won't start at all because we're not coming back, apparently. I'm just gonna mash on through this because it has been the same every single time, okay? It's like slight differences. I don't expect it's any different here either. I'm just mashing on through. I'm done, okay? I'm done with the uniquely copy-pasted text, man. I'm not even gonna try to read it super fast. Forget it, man. Just forget it. What they should have done, I think maybe the problem they were having is that there are multiple ways to trigger these things, and they didn't know how to set it up so that, like, one conditional branch could lead to, or multiple conditional branches could lead to the same path. So they just copy-pasted it everywhere they needed it to go. That's like the only excuse I can think of. But if they were clever, they would just have the conditional branches jump to the same label. I'm not reading this poem sharing again either. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not doing it. Nope. No. No more. Learn how to manage your labels. They probably have by now. I mean, it's been a while since Encore came out. Ironically, this mod has more branching paths than branching paths. I think I'm getting better at handling Sayori. She is certainly filled up to yeah. What angle did we trigger from this time? That we needed to copy paste it yet again. Just wish we could have done Natsuki and Yuri. Break it up. You have to worry. Big old mess. You're getting yourself in there, guy. Yep, whatever. Yuri Nightmare. Away we go. They're not going to stop me from abandoning you completely this time, Sayori. They're not.
Oh, just reading Portrait of Markov. How about you?
Aside from that horrific nightmare I had last night, and the hallucination I experienced this morning, which there's no chance I'm sharing any of that with Yuri. Oh, I'd say it's been alright, nothing too exciting.
Well, that's good to hear, Hallie. Did you happen to start reading? Since we didn't quite get the chance to start last time.
Yeah, I started to read some of it last night, actually. It was pretty interesting. That wasn't completely true, I did read, but I read it during class. I wouldn't want to give you the impression that I'm a slacker. I think I understand the story a little bit better now, too.
I'm glad you got to read it. How far did you get in?
I just about finished up the second chapter.
Well, if still want to, we could. Read together.
Yuri looks off in her usual flustered manner. You know I'd love to, Yuri. And we were just about to do it yesterday anyways.
Oh, right. How silly of me.
I sit down next to Yuri. So how do we actually do this?
Well, I was just thinking I hold one side of the book and you hold the other.
Yeah, good thinking, Yuri. I shoot Yuri a warm smile, which immediately causes her to blush. Well, let's get reading. Yuri nods approvingly at me as we begin to read chapter 3. It was a little awkward at first, but Yuri and I end up setting up a good system. Whenever I got done with the page, I'd use my thumb to flip the page and Yuri would catch it with her fingers and put it to the side. After reading for a few minutes, I see Yuri shifting uncomfortably in her seat. Everything good, Yuri?
Yeah, it's just that my posture isn't too good right now.
Her posture? Question mark period? Oh, how did I miss that before? Do you want to move somewhere else?
I mean, if you're comfortable here, I don't mind.
There, ties back into the... Yeah, okay. I always knew Yuri was introverted, but I never thought she had it that bad.
And so it means a lot to me that we finally get to spend time together.
Without thinking, I take Yuri's hand and lean into her. What do I do? What can I do? If I pull away now, Yuri will get self-conscious and forget. But if I don't pull away, I don't think you'll leave to know that wouldn't be right. I can't really blame her. She kissed me.
Hallie.
And then everybody gets a little mad. I'm still gonna lie to you, Bun. I'm not sorry. Skipping. 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 Mario Kart. I deserve to fall off cliff and die. Alright, there we go. Go, Yuri. Yes. Don't tell her. Why would you do that? That'd be dumb. Don't do that. Don't lead her on. More than you already have. By literally telling her you love her.
Even though you guys have only started really talking recently, I think she really appreciates you for spending time with her. What to her? You seem to have gotten to know her quite well recently.
Yeah, we really love her. Really have.
I've seen the way she looks at you when you're reading manga together, Hallie.
Manga?
And the way she's always acted around you.
I suspect
she liked you from the very beginning.
I'm just trying to be friends with her.
I'm glad you two are now good friends. But do you like Yuri more?
I mean, yes. Don't walk back with Monica. We should get Yuri this time. No, we still got Sayori. Alright, fine. But we can pick Yuri here, right? No! Really? Seriously? Well, screw you, game. Fine. I can't have my cake and eat it too, then. We're just gonna have to start with Yuri fully, okay? Unfortunately. I don't understand, though. Why would they eliminate Yuri as the option there? We picked Natsuki for the weekend. She would have given us the note.